one other question I wanted to ask you was about COVID. And, all around the world we worked remotely and we were locked down, particularly so in some areas of the world. And we thought no one's ever going to be going to an office again. And we also thought, geez, these guys that are selling VDI and that type of thing, they're going to make millions and millions of dollars out of this new way of working. But it's almost like people are now being drawn back to the office. I'm seeing it in Sydney and seeing it all around the world. How do you think the market's sort of changed with, obviously a massive increase of remote working and then probably a bit of a dip as people start getting back into the office with regard to EUC and that type of thing?
Well, first of all, companies are like people. They have different personalities. They have different ways they want to dress, different types of vehicles they want to drive and so forth, and homes and styles, etc. And so work styles are exactly the same. Not a single work style is appropriate for every company or even every function. The good part of COVID that forced people to, work from home, really put a good stake in the ground around technologies that allowed people to collaborate. Video conferencing really came of age during this period of time. Other types of collaboration tools, shared whiteboards, things like Google's apps, which were designed from scratch for collaboration. These things started to come of age and people started to see the potential of them. Those same tools work just as well inside an office. It turns out if you're working for let's say a medium-sized enterprise, you might be in an office park or have a branch office nearby or whatever. Those places are just as remote from each other as they are from your home. And so these tools, it turns out, work just as well on campus as they do in a work from home kind of scenario. So that's all the good sort of that was learned, forced way through lockdowns and so forth. But I think on the other side of the coin is there's no real replacement for the human connection. There are certain types of businesses where apprenticeship is essential for creating and developing people. Banking, a lot of aspects of banking require that. You could go on and on and on, and the medical field and so forth and so on. So now the pendulum is swinging back the other way, where people are trying to find that sort of happy medium that uses the advantages of work from anywhere, but also enables the interpersonal connections that are needed for people to develop. We saw it with students, kids that had to work from home, take classes over video conferencing. All the science that has studied them says they missed a huge part of socialization and social development. And your social development doesn't stop when you graduate from high school. Social development is essential to cultures and building strong cultures in business. Every company's finding that sort of happy medium. The kind of technology we're talking about is independent of where you work, from home, from an office, etc., because this whole notion of a enterprise utility computing facility allows the computing a company needs to be centralized and delivered to all these places, and gives the flexibility to work from anywhere, on campus or off campus.